What a view high above Seminole Golf Club, one of the game's most revered venues, and the latest site of the Walker Cup, the biennial match featuring the best amateurs in the world from the United States and Great Britain and Ireland, a tradition which began in 1922. We've got 4 foursomes matches out of the way this morning. We're in the midst of 8 singles matches to conclude day 1 of 2 days of competition, and you've got some pretty significant leads there for the United States. Ricky Castillo, the freshman of the year in college golf last year for Florida, 5 up with 5 to play on Ben Schmidt. William Mao 3 up over Jones. You've got Eckroat with a 2-up lead, and you've got Cole Hammer in the anchor match, 4 up through 8 over the Irishman Murphy, a Masters winner. Plays for Texas.
Just a 9-iron.
Overpulled it into this left to right wind. And that will leave a very dicey, very quick bunker shot.
Alex Fitzpatrick tees off.
This pulled also, similar line. Same bunker.
Situations come up. This was just earlier. This is Matthew Fitzpatrick in this tied up match at the 17th with Pearson Coody, and he did not like that bunker shot, Zing.
No, he didn't. You said Matthew, his brother. It's actually
Alex. Excuse me.
That's all right. That's $5 in the jar for all of us to share.
Now we're live.
An even tougher shot, and he's flown this one a little long also and needs to hang on to keep from going back through the green again.
He just has played steady golf and let Alex make a mistake here and there.
Okay,
good enough.
Do it. And so Pearson Coody wins that 17th. Boy, has that been pivotal earlier today in the foursomes as well.
Somewhere left of the flag if you can. He said he's going right at it. A miss right will end up in the bunker.
Well, they talked also about getting it deep into the green. This is right at it. Let's look at the club here.
Oh, what a play by Coody.
Wow, that should lock it up.
And the hat is off. Pearson Coody with the first point on the board in the afternoon singles in a tough, close match throughout.
Yeah, a heartbreaker for Alex Fitzpatrick, who had a real hold on that match for a long time. He was 2 up, good amount, and boy, what a comeback though.
This was a moment ago. Ben Schmidt second at the par 5 15th. 4 down to Ricky Castillo, and that's not how you stay in a match. Topping it through the bunker there, and it was over. So just like that, another point goes on the board for the U.S. So the first 2 points of the 8 singles matches goes the U.S. way. Coody and Castillo provide them. And that means it's a 4-2 lead for the United States. As we go out to the 14th, pick up Davis Thompson for birdie to win the hole.
Keep grinding until you run out of holes.
That's right. Mark Power had him 4 up, and now Power just 3 up with 4 to play.
Bury it.
Beautiful.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Mark Power, 20-year-old from Kilkenny, Ireland, sophomore at Wake Forest.
Davis got behind early, has not been able to scratch his way back. That's it.
There's the concession by Davis Thompson. So Mark Power from Great Britain and Ireland, 3-2 winner in match 2. Point on the board for Great Britain and Ireland this afternoon. Now 4-3. The American lead is just 1.
All right, William Mao for par to win the match on Ben Jones with a big lead just off the mark. This is a story in itself that William Mao is playing in this 4th match against Ben Jones.
What a difficult decision, though, for Tyler Strafossi to pull out.
Yeah, he was taken to the hospital to get fluids, and we understand that Tyler has made his way back to the golf course.
Yeah, he's spectating. I saw him a couple holes ago. Feeling a little better.
But it was an emotional scene out there. In fact, Tyler Strafossi was brought to tears because you think about it. You play your whole amateur career.
There he is.
There he is, feeling good enough to pick his old buddy up, William Mao, and say, way to go. Stuff really hit everybody hard. This is Matty Lamb. 3 up in his match on Quade Cummins.
Right, way right. That's short-sighted, especially if he gets in the rough. Yeah, he's got almost no chance.
And the answer for Quade Cummins.
Time for Quade to hit a good one. Door is open here. Oh, well, that's doable, actually.
And keep his 3-up lead over Quade Cummins. Not even close. Look at that one. Look at that one get away.
Wow.
Long was out there hitting balls. So you got the reigning amateur champion for GBNI and the reigning U.S. amateur champion both sitting out the opening day.
In 3 of them, they could find a way to go 6-6 at day's end. A huge, huge boost for them.
Boom. That one is over.
Wow. What a clutch putt. Big win.
Huge win. You know, Buddy was talking just a few moments ago about getting 3 points.
America 3, Great Britain and Ireland
Could
win the
happen,
match
but it
2-1.
also could be more. You've got Murphy, who's given Cole Hammer some pressure down the stretch here. So this is quite the turnaround. Similar, Zing, to what we saw in the morning
Yeah,
foursomes.
it sure is. It just shows you the GB&I team has a lot of spit and vinegar, a lot of moxie. It's got
Now over at 10, Barkley Brown. This for birdie. Win the hole, go 3 up in the match against John Pack. And a bit of a surprise, but Brown's been up to the challenge this afternoon.
Great Britain and Ireland.
We pick up John Pack, this for par to win the hole against Barkley Brown, who has that big 3-up lead. So John Pack, the impressive player from Florida State, who was the low amateur in last year's U.S. Open. And you put $5 in the pot.
That's right. I did say that. Oh.
Well, you've got to build an excuse. You're a captain.
That's
Come
true.
on.
Over-
Save us, Burko.
Yeah, over at 12, John Pack. How about that? Rolls that in for birdie.
Great Britain and Ireland 5.
He's only 1 down now. Oh, yeah, John Pack. How about that?
It's 13.
Yep, par 3. Barkley Brown needs this for par. Pack is in close for birdie. It was just a short time ago. Barkley Brown had a 3-up lead, and this match is about to be tied.
And John Pack for par. Barkley Brown has a birdie attempt. He comes right out of that, and that should be well, back up to the Brown Pack match. Noda, what's going on here?
Yeah, just right on the edge of his distance of his 3-wood, 280 to the front, drawing back into the wind.
Pack wasting no time, Noda.
Yeah, he's going to let this one rip, trying to hit it through the
Smiling
opening of
at
that
it.
green. Did not get all of that one. It's going to come up well short.
It's a good miss.
Walked your dog. We had about 4.5 inches of rain and about 45 degrees, so that wasn't great for us, but it was a fantastic experience.
That is Barkley Brown with a pretty nice bunker shot at the par 5.
Into the call right now, not playing his best golf. Had a little bit of a loose up and down effort on the last hole, which led to him losing, and then hits his very poor pitch shot from 55 yards and not able to convert that putt there. So opening the door for Barkley Brown here. Hendrick won his first tournament over at Stanford, just named All Pac-12 All Conference first team. So it's no surprise that he's found a good run of golf here today.
And you knew it'd only be a matter of time before Noda mentioned Stanford in the
I
broadcast.
had to get it in there, Dan. Closing in on him now. He needs to produce something to get back in this match.
He's got to get it to the center of the green, Noda, or to roll all the way back off.
And trying to work this in a little right to left, and it's turning just right of the hole.
Yeah, that's a fine shot. Not as close as he'd like it to hit all variety of trajectories. How can he just lag this thing up there? Yes, yeah, that's beautiful.
How about make it?
That is a well-read putt and beautiful pace. A little too bold. This thing runs out, and this whole thing could end right here on this green. Boy, I did not think it was going to run.
So elegant off the golf course. And it was just a wonderful combination of a great competitor and a fine gentleman.
Sparky Brown coming out of the bunker at the 17th.
Yeah, he's got a real tough ask right here. Needs to hit a perfect shot. Nearly does.
He's got to win this hole now. 2 down with just 2 left here, so big time.
Oh, wow. That was left right from the get-go. And an opportunity for John Pack to get it to the 18th hole.
John Pack to extend it.
Confident?
Oh!
No. Wow. Just crushed. That's a huge win for Barkley Brown.
It is indeed another point for Great Britain and Ireland. This is the 11th, and Austin Eckroat for birdie to win the hole.
Got a little sidewinder here. Peel off to the right.
His opponent, Angus Flanagan, still has a par putt. As par to tie, we mentioned that Angus Flanagan had a par attempt left. This is it. And this to stay 2 down. So Eckroat still with the advantage in that match.
Eckroat's going to go first. Flanagan just off the edge of the green over there on the fringe. So both of them, you know, decent looks at eagle here.
Whoa. It's going to go to the right. It's really all about the speed, though.
Didn't quite hit it.
They cannot afford to lose 6 points this afternoon. It would be really an uphill climb at that point.
Yeah, you're right, buddy. The American team is too strong. I mean, they came in heavy favorites.
You're talking about matches. This is the one that you gotta think you gotta have. Flanagan turned this around on Austin Eckroat. 3-time All-American. Not easy. Quality player, but he blows it by. And that's the one they need, buddy. And looks like Angus Flanagan is going to have a chance indeed here.
No.
Second for Angus Flanagan from 223, Kurt, at 15.
Yeah, Eckroat's just short and left of the green, so a little bit of an opening here. And he is also going to come up short. They're both on the upslope short. More, or you could pitch up over that with a little bit of more spin. Went up over. Boy, that needs to settle down.
I think he mishit it, Kurt.
He sure did, Paul.
It sounded like he drop kicked it just a hair, and that is the price you pay.
Had a little bloopy look to it.
Yep. You know, the shot value around here is extraordinary. I mean, and even on the chips and pitches, just like.
And it's Angus Flanagan's turn.
A little less loft. I think he's going to come in a little lower.
There we go. So a big advantage here for Flanagan here. Name's on that trophy. And here's Eckroat coming back up to the green with his 4th. Just trickles it on.
Basically gave this hole away.
Yes, he did.
And all of a sudden, if you look at the matches, they're tightening up. You've got Flanagan here with a 1-up lead with 3 to play.
Same length as his opponent.
There's Angus Flanagan at 16 to tie the hole.
Yeah, he was trying to get up and down from the bunker. Eckroat hit a tremendous first putt and was a gimme range.
Shot.
Boy, there is not much room for error. This is a 9-iron for Eckroat. That wind blowing in off the ocean.
I can't see.
This is right of it. This is going to be trouble.
Yep.
Have as much room to get the ball up and down. So this is as challenging as it can get.
Here's Flanagan.
There you go.
9-iron for him. Left of it. The wind drifting it, but not enough. Wrong club, or else a mishit.
They and the foursomes.
Wasn't that the truth? A little upslope here as well.
Boy, this has got to stop, though.
Yep, not to say it's easy, because on the other side you get it going and it will not stop.
Oh my goodness.
That's another reason why 17 is 17 here at Seminole. back in another bunker on the other side later on at the 18th. Now here he is out of the sand, and this is unraveling this time.
Coming right back in.
Well, I think he placed first pivot out of that one. That was beautiful.
All right, here's Eckroat with the advantage, with Flanagan going back and forth as it's 17th, so he just needs to get it up there, and looks like he's going to put away this hole. Jump up there. We've got Eckroat here to play first.
In good shape. You got to take that false front out of play, though, get it at least to the hole in this second shot. Up in the wind. Good line. Is it going to stay up there?
It's going to be close.
Again, take that false front out of play. Pretty good contact and a pretty good line here, Paul.
Oh, yes, it doesn't back up. I thought it would, but that's a beautiful shot. You can't ask for much more than that, I don't think, and far out to the right he's playing it. He's just going to tap it.
And then look for the break. Down it comes.
Oh, fine effort. It's still
great try.
Yeah.
Eckroat's lead today was never more than 2 up as Angus Flanagan battled back, tied the match up at 15, and then took Eckroat to the last hole.
Reaction, the green at 10. John Murphy 5 down in his match to Cole Hammer. This for par, though. Get one back. Got to start somewhere, Paul.
Yeah, you do. He's got to be in one shot at a time mode. And
go over at 12. Cole Hammer has this for birdie.
Straight up the hill into the breeze, and it's got to go. And he turned away from that right away, leading me to believe it was something of a mishit.
Just try to chip away. Cole Hammer's not going to make too many mistakes, I don't think. You're going to have to make birdies to beat him.
And I doubt that will be conceded.
Wasn't the boldest of efforts for John Murphy.
No practice stroke, I should say.
And that's close to 4 feet past the hole. And you got the guy here in the maintenance crew looking to take the flag with him, and he's going to have to wait a little while longer.
So Hammer in, 3-putt bogey at the 12th. Murphy, what, about 2.5, 3 feet to win the hole? A win at the 10th, another at the 12th for John Murphy. Now just 3 down to Cole Hammer, hanging in this one in the anchor match.
Cup continues thanks to Rolex. 13 the action.
John Murphy's tee shot on the way.
Drawing back just right of the flag. This is a good looking line.
That's a
and club selection.
Great shot.
Wind picking up. Hitting a 6-iron off the deck. And this is overhooked towards that left greenside bunker. Needs to get down.
Maybe a little break there, Paul.
He's got some loft here. His hands are back. He's going to try to cut the legs out. And now he's moved it back. He's going the other way. He's got to make it.
So Cole Hammer was 5 up through 9 holes in this match. John Murphy won 10, 12, and now 13.
Back to that beautiful tee, backed up against the ocean there at the par 5 14th.
Yeah, a bomber's dream here. You're just going to let out the shaft, swing about as hard as you can.
I tell you what, Zing, there's a penalty area out there about 400 yards off the tee. And you got to be careful, as crispy as it's getting this afternoon, not to really rip one and potentially hit it into that water that's supposed to be in play for the layup.
Murphy just off the tee. Now Cole Hammer's turn. 3 up on Murphy. 2 up, I should say.
Starting it up the right edge. He does not like it.
Well, we got away with it. He'll be able to reach the green.
Yeah, he does look a little concerned here about what's going to happen. Picked it out of there nicely.
Yeah, good shot from there.
pull a good club here, give yourself a look at 3, put a lot of pressure on Murphy.
He's lost 3 of the last 4 holes, Bones.
Really good contact, cutting back towards the left center of the green.
Uh-oh, there it goes. We've seen players have all kinds of trouble from there.
Murphy for birdie at the 14th. Hammer's got a birdie putt as well, but this is the match we were talking about that Great Britain and Ireland could add to the mix here.
Hammer would have completely different than this. Oh, tie's better than a loss. He just wants to put holes in his pocket.
Yep, he never trailed in that match. John Murphy off the tee at the par 5 15th. 2 down to Cole Hammer.
And this is a big pull off the tee. It should find the fairway, but he will be a long way from the green. I'm not sure he can actually get there in 2, as big a tug as that was.
And he's definitely going up the left side, Bones.
Trying to use that left to right wind, see if he can carry that first diagonal bunker. Ooh, hits up in the palm trees and comes back towards the tee.
Hit it off with a long putt for par in a big match. Back at 15, this is Hammer's second.
282 to the front, trying to turn over a long iron and have it run out for him. Up the right side of the fairway. It's going to leave a tougher angle, but certainly a shot he should be able to get some spin on, considering he can use the wind to help get that done.
He's part of the makeup of the golf course.
Go back to 15 for Cole Hammer's third, Bones.
41 yards back into the breeze. Not a lot of green to work with, but that sounded really crisp.
Oh, Bones, what a shot. How did that stop that fast?
All right, here's Murphy.
Tougher angle here. He needs to show us some spin. Oh, and he does.
That was
Heck
pretty
of a shot.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's facing off for the 48th Walker Cup. Hammer at the 15th for birdie. Looking to bring it back right to left. What a beautiful up and down.
Incredible up and down. That is a very tricky yardage, and he...
Wow, played very quickly, loved his read, and executed.
Great Britain and Ireland
Couple
4.
of impressive birdies
United
at 15
States 4,
by
United
Hammer
States
and Murphy.
remains
As
Pressure given the fact that Cole Hammer hit a poor tee shot into the right fairway bunker and has some palm trees to contend with. Sliding it down into the wind. This is pulled, though. Needs to go to avoid the left green side bunker. But kicks back in.
Uh-oh, he
This
shanked
is
it.
thin and low and warm. And that will be a brutal bunker shot in terms of dealing with speed.
this was Cole Hammer at 16.
His third from the bunker. Lone match remaining on the golf course. About all he could do there, Paul.
Well, it's
It might not be done yet.
No. It's history.
Wow. Now Murphy's third from that same bunker.
Great lie. He can use the wind to get it stopped. He wants to keep this short of the hole. And that's not the best leave.
Is a wealth of information. If you want to nerd out as a golf fan, it's great stuff.
Hammer's fourth.
A lot of heat on this shot, but he pulls it off perfectly and puts the heat right back on Murphy now, who has an incredibly quick putt for par. If you get just a little bit frisky with this, you could knock it off the green. Trying to use that left to right wind. This is a good line if he can get the ball stopped. Oh my goodness, but he comes up a club short. That had to be some kind of mishit there. Cutting into the left center of the green. But that also comes up short. And ultimately is held up by the rake. Caught way too much golf ball, and this needs to hang on.
If that wants to go off to the left, that huge tilt is. is not going to make it.
I don't think it's going to stop, Dan. I think
It's
gone.
not going to stop.
Well, now, if you're Cole Hammer, what do? You just bump it, try to get it just on the green, I think.
That's exactly right. You got to expect Cole Hammer now to play, if he plays next, to keep his ball.
He's got a chance to make a 4, and that really does force Cole Hammer to play a nice shot. 1 or 2 hops through that sticky stuff. Just a 1 hopper. Will it stop?
Okay, that's a yard from run up there and throw a mark on it, young man. And there we got a handshake.
Yep, final point on the board of this first day of the 48th Walker Cup goes to the United States. And it took a lot of energy out of a lot of guys. Some guys came back here today. As we mentioned earlier, Tyler Strafacci, the U.S. Amateur champion, not able to play today, but he says he is a go for tomorrow as the U.S. takes a 7-5 lead in the first day of the Walker Cup.